Hello, my fellow surprisingly large traffic cones. I'm Mr. Church. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the new bundle in the Atom Shop, the Fallen Star Bundle, which includes a lot of new stuff that's really cool, I'm sure. And we'll also be peeking at some of the return items and special stuff. Really special. That's so special. So the new Fallen Star Bundle, even space junk can help the cause. What cause? What are we talking about? Anyway, this bundle includes the Cosmonaut player title suffix, the Starlight, Crashed Red Star, Steel Forge Power Armor Station, Spacewalk emote, AstroHarvest generator, Fusion, and the Space Crate. So the Cosmonaut suffix, you're going to find that by opening your Pip-Boy and you go over to stats and you tab over all the way to the right and you can equip the suffixes there and that'll show up underneath your name for other players and after your name in the team list. Now we also have the Space Crate. This is a pretty cool item in my opinion. It's just very simple, very basic. And it has a lot of nice detail to it. And again, something that I always appreciate is there's no theme stickers or labels on it, so you can use it in many different builds, which is great. We always love a clean slate when we're building. Now we also have the AstroHarvest generator, and this is a satellite that's no longer in space, and so it got turned into something else. It requires the fusion generator plan to be learned. They forgot that they weren't supposed to put actually helpful information in the Atom Shop, and someone typed this in on accident, but that's fine. We can forgive them this one time because they put the parenthesis on the outside of the period for some interesting reason. This generator radiates power in a very large radius around its location. Putting lights down next to this will power up the lights. You don't have to actually hook this up to a conduit for the lights to be powered, because this generator counts as a generator hooked up to a conduit, if that makes sense. Now, there are several generators that do this already, but if you don't have one that does that, this is a pretty good option because, in my opinion, it looks really cool. It's the fusion generator one, so it's the most powerful one. If you place it in the center of your camp, it will power everything in your camp radius. I think it has a lot of really cool designs, a lot of cool detail to it. I like the scrappiness of it, and again, I like that there's no stupid like labels or logos on it, so you can really make it your own and build it, put it in whatever build you're making and still have it make sense. Now, the Steel Forge Power Armor Station, this thing is a power armor workbench. You do need to have the power armor station plan learned to place this down. It has blue lights on it. At night, it looks something like this. It has, again, a lot of really nice detail to it, a lot of good texturing, in my opinion, and again, blessedly, no stupid logos on it. So, in my opinion, a lot of these items are really well-designed items, and from like a design aspect and how they look, I think they're all pretty nifty, pretty cool. Something interesting about this one is it does sink down quite a bit, and so the bottom plate does like go into the ground or into the foundation you place it on. I don't personally mind that. It's better than the floating one that we have, but it is something to keep in mind, that is going to be just the rotating circle plate that's visible and the lights. Now, the Starlight is as big and bright as the stars. That couldn't be more right. You couldn't be more right about that. This is as bright as the stars, and that's not something you want to brag about, Billy. That's not something we want. But I don't know. These are pretty neat. I think that there's a lot of really good detail in the design of the tower of this thing. I think it looks cool. And I will have to say the light from it is horrific. That's way too bright. It's gaudy as hell. I mean, but if you're using it as a spotlight, maybe that's fine. Maybe that is what you want. I don't know. That is something I probably would never use for illumination, but the actual like design of the structure to me looks pretty cool. Now, something that's unfortunate with this is it has to be placed in dirt for some stupid ass reason, and that's really frustrating. Now, there is a workaround for this, and I've shown this in a few other videos before. I first got this from Hopalong Tom in my Discord, but basically there is a way to place items that can only be placed in dirt by attaching them to a item underneath them in a blueprint. So I'm going to go underneath the map, and I'm going to stack up these hay bales until they hit just the bottom of the light. So I place the light down, and then I push the stack underneath the light, and then I blueprint that hay bale that's at the top and touching the light, and I blueprint the light, and I can put those two items down. Even though it's red, I can still place it. And it does have to be the hay bale. Other items don't work. The game thinks the hay bale is dirt, I think, is what's going on there. And the nice thing is, after you place it down, unlike a lot of blueprints, you can actually pick it up and move it around still, which means you can drop merge it down. You can move the hay bale up if you really wanted to, and place it more flush. You could probably hide this a little bit better than what I did here. There's a bunch of different things you could do with it, but it's a pretty cool method for getting this shit placed when you want to actually like build the stuff you bought for money from the shop. Now let's look at the Spacewalk emote, because one thing they love to do is sell you something that they have no pictures for in the Atom shop, because like, why would I want to know what I'm buying? To me, that's pretty irresponsible. I'd rather just throw my money down and you just hand me whatever. How about? So in the game, this actually looks pretty interesting. But before you can look at it, what you're going to have to do is open the Atom shop. Go down to your emotes and equip it there, because it doesn't automatically equip. And then it's going to be in miscellaneous. I just have a couple of emotes here, so I'll find it in this mess. And in my opinion, this is pretty dumb, in my opinion. Okay, what am I going to do with this emote? I'm not going to use it. But it's fine. I like emotes. A lot of these could be better, though, and I think that there's some pretty obvious ones that we're missing that they should add, you know? But, I don't know. Spacewalk emote, that's fine. We've all been wanting to jump up and down very slightly and then salute each other. So the big thing from this bundle is the crashed red star, which is a prefab. And even though they took the time to carefully design the bottom of this prefab to look very cool and look like it was on like a crater chunk, you'll never see that because it sinks down into the ground and functions like a foundation, which means it can only be placed in the ground. And unlike the light, this is the kind of thing that cannot use the method that I just showed to place it down otherwise. So as far as I know, there's no way to just float this, because the other way you can float prefabs is by using a snappable door, which this does not have. So some things about this that I want to point out. This thing looks really cool, and I think they hit a lot of points with the design of it. I think the overall design is really good. I think this thing looks really cool. But the problem is, that's where the coolness ends. You can't really use this. What am I going to do with a prefab that I can't build in? Because you can build in it, but everything you place is going to be slightly floating because the ground isn't flat. You can't really put any like walls or doors on it, because you just can't. Even with blueprints, I couldn't get them to place. And so you're just going to have to pile up junk to block off these doors if you want to make a livable space out of this. But you can't, because all those things will be floating ever so slightly. So it's really not going to be good for decorating, very unfriendly to build in. And the thing is, a lot of people that use prefabs because it's an easier, quicker option to get a cool structure placed and built. So making a prefab that's impossible to work with is the opposite of, you know, why most people would want a prefab to begin with. So it's not a good design from that point of view. And I think it's pretty stupid for that reason. They should have made the bottom of the inside of it completely flat so that it was easier to build in. And they should have made there should be a way to block off the openings if you wanted to build inside it. So if you want to use this as a humongous decoration item for your camp, then this is the perfect item. But if you want to use it to build in, it's going to be a little bit of a disaster. You can use it to drop merge because of how the floor is acting, but it's not very consistent. You might as well just use the pressure plate, so it's not a reason to get it. And another thing that's interesting about it is it can be wired and powered up. So what this means is when a prefab is able to be attached to a generator by a wire, that will make it so that any lights you place inside that prefab will be lit up. It turns the prefab kind of into a conduit itself. So any lights that you attach to the ceiling will light up and whatnot. Now the stupid thing about this is they put this in a bundle with a generator that does not need to be wired to stuff to light it up. So the generator that comes with this will light the lights up without you having to attach it. So you don't need to attach it to anything. And then if you, like, in order to get the generator close enough to hook the wire up, it's going to already be powering up the prefab. So it doesn't really go with the thing, you know, that it came with. But if you only buy the red star and you don't buy the bundle, then it is a good way to power it up with a small generator or something there. But like just having the satellite generator placed down is going to power up the prefab, so you don't need it for that. Honestly, here's the thing. I think the designs of all of the items are actually quite good. Well, not the emote. The emote's dumb in my opinion. But I think these designs are really, really good. And you know how there's that one guy that makes the cool stuff? I think they definitely did that. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to take some points off because the prefab feels very unusable. And so between like form versus function, we got the form nailed with this one, but function we're having some you know, some trouble with still. But all in all, honestly, I think these things are cool. And weirdly enough, this is Invaders from Beyond is going on right now, so they actually have items that are themed to something that's happening in the game. Isn't that so strange? Now we also have the astronaut trainee bundle. And this has Captain Cosmos power armor, this spacesuit and such. And I think I could be completely wrong about this, but I think this is a hazmat skin. Again, this could be just a normal outfit, but I for some reason have a feeling that this is a hazmat suit. I don't know. I'm probably just making that up. And then this is the alien blaster paint, which I think is it's pretty cool or whatever. But let's be honest here. That's all there is to it. This orange suit, I don't believe comes in the bundle. You could also get this light ally Catherine Swan if you want someone in your camp that has hair like that. That's your prerogative. Now, I will warn you, she does walk around and say, "Keep your head up. You never know, you might miss other." Okay, and that's annoying as hell. Also, I want to point something out, guys. The radioactive weather that I made a video on last week, I'll put that in the description if you want to check it out if you missed it, because it's still in the shop. It says the Rads are here, okay? Which I just noticed now. Radioactive weather, the Rads are here. This doesn't emit Rads. This cleans your Rads off. It doesn't emit Rads. Nothing in the bundle give you Rads. So the Rads are here. That's bullshit and a lie. So thank you for lying yet again. And also, how come this says best of the best and only the B is capitalized, but then this is a gift from space, all caps. This is the Rads are here, all caps. Free and special offers, all caps. Members only, all caps. Why didn't you put this B should be capitalized if you're going to be doing that? Do you guys... This is a Fortune 500 company. Oh, you think that I'm splitting hairs, guys? Yikes. Anyway, let's check out the Alien Invasion bundle. This bundle has the Alien Catwalk, the Alien Orange Metal Floor and Foundations, the Alien Blue Metal Floor and Foundations, the Alien Dining Table, the Alien Chair, the Alien Bench, and the Alien Wallpaper. Yikes! I've already roasted this picture too many times. I don't want to say anything about it anymore. Now, the Alien Catwalk is pretty useful. You can use catwalks for many different camp building tips and tricks. I have a couple of videos where I show just how useful catwalks can be, and I'm going to put those in the description. But if you want to buy an entire bundle for just the catwalks, the Alien Catwalks are better looking, in my opinion, than the normal catwalks, and they function the exact same way, so it's pretty yummy. Another thing is the Alien Marketplace bundle. This has the Fusion Emitter Generator Fusion, the Verdant Alien Stasis Chamber, the Alien Vending Machine, the Flatwoods Monster Wax figure, and the Dark Alien Crate. So this is a bed that will give you the well-rested bonus, and a lot of people like to use this to get under the map. They'll drop merge it down so just the tip is showing, interact with it, and it'll put them down here underground. This doesn't do anything. It's not a stash box. It's just a floor decor item. And this fusion generator emits in a radius around it, just like the one in today's bundle does. And this is the vending machine thing that comes with it, so you'll be able to build up to 4 of these at a time. Now, this is the camp wallpaper and flooring bundle. What a classic. We've got the milled brick floors, the white shag carpet floor and foundations, the Cupid's wallpaper, green shag carpet floor and foundations, TV wallpaper, haunted house stone floor and foundations, yellow flowers wallpaper, and the unicorn wallpaper. Yeah. So that's good. Some cool stuff though, actually. I really like this power armor paint, and I haven't gotten it yet, honestly, because I just don't have time for that right now. But it's really cool looking. I really like the design of it. It's simple, it's darker, has cool purple colors to it. And then this is that bed that's in that bundle. You can buy it by itself if you just want this. And again, it gives you the well-rested bonus because it's a bed, and also you can use it to get under the map. This UFO incense burner is actually a classic. It lets off this little drift of smoke, so a lot of people will use it in builds. They'll drop merge it down to create, you know, a little bit of a smoke effect. I've seen people use it in stoves. I've seen people drop merge it underneath like a cigarette in a display case so that it looks like the cigarette's smoking. Pretty cool item. You can build 5 of these at a time, and it's kind of nice. This is a emote, and it looks like this. This is an alien plushie. It's whatever. It's whatever. And then these are just, that's just, yeah. Now, in the free and special offers, we have the orange shag carpet. Out of all the shag carpets, this one's honestly my favorite, just because it has that really nice 80s vibe to it. You know, you can put this orange shag carpet down, you can throw some wood panel wallpaper down, and there you have it, your aunt's basement covered in mold. How nice is that? Now, this is really nice because I own this on PC and PlayStation. I have no idea how much this costs or if it's free. You guys can maybe let me know in the comments because I don't know for sure. But it's really nice. I really do like this floor and foundation. Unironically, we also have this 5-finger fillet table. I covered this in a video a couple of weeks back. It's free for Fallout First members. You still have 13 days to claim it if you haven't gotten it yet. And there's also this Earth Light Lounge, which is a pretty massive prefab. It's kind of cool. I've seen a few people do some cool stuff with it. I'm gonna link a video by Fuzzbrain because he actually has a video where he decorated it quite nicely, and so you can check that out if you want to. And then we also have the daily deals. Now, today's deal is man-to-man. This guy is, well, he's like a manta, but he's a man. All right. Now, every day, every week, there's a different daily deal that's there for 24 hours for 50% off its normal price. Today is Man-to-Man, of course. But there's going to be different stuff every day this week. I'm going to include a list of stuff that Bethesda says is going to be there this week. And since they don't include pictures when they put their list out, you just have to know what that stuff is ahead of time for this list to be useful. So if you know what something's called but don't own it yet, as most of us probably know the names of all the stuff we don't own in the shop, right? Because that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, you can tell what stuff you're going to want to buy, what days you're going to want to check the store to pick that stuff up, and that is coming soon to an Atom shop near you. That's all I've got for today, guys. I hope this video was helpful, and I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my patrons and channel members for your support, because without your support, I would not be able to be making these videos, and it really is a lifesaver, and I really do appreciate it. If you're interested in supporting the channel in that way, the link for that will be in the description. I also stream on Twitch. You guys should follow me on Twitch and watch those streams, because I stream on there, and also you should join the Discord. It's a great community, and I'll see you guys in the next video.